on what you're talking about, but at the same time we see that the commercials are tailored to our tastes. Olga Sverridova, it's over to you. Hi everyone, let's jump right into the story. Let's take our three characters, Anya, Masha and Maxim. We all have friends, and think of your friends. And imagine a situation. Anna sees a commercial about a concert. They all like music, and so she sees the ad about this concert after she was talking about that concert with a friend, and she thinks that her phone was tracking her actions and listening to her. Well, it's easy to think that, but actually our phones capture much more information apart from our conversations to compile our portrait. So how are we being tracked? First, through mobile apps. We all like social media, games, some kind of apps that we use in life, and all these apps collect information about us. They collect information about the phone we use, the battery charge, the level of lightness, our mobile network operator, whether we use mobile data or Wi-Fi or home internet. They collect our IP addresses, identifiers of devices that are produced by Apple or Google to define commercial that is sent to every device. All that is collected and sent to companies who aggregate data for commercials, and they all have our profile. So any innocent game where you put those gems and then they disappear, even that game collects a lot of data about you and defines your profile. And then, of course, a thing that you know well, cookie files that are collected from us. And your cookie files, they contain information about your baskets with e-shops. They store information about the pages you visited, the feeds you scroll through, the posts you're interested in. All that data helps them to build your profile. But as the majority of browsers right now protect us from cookies that help to track your actions, another thing that is used now is the mirror of your browser, and that actually speaks even more about you compared to what cookies can tell. And thanks to these mirrors of the prints of your browser help to understand the type of computer you use, the battery charge, the software you have installed. These companies get this information about you to build up your profile as a person and the things you like. And that helps to, for instance, group you with other people who have similar interests as you. Then behavioral analysis. When we scroll through social media, if we watched a video, even if we haven't liked it, if we watched it for a while, similar content will be offered to us. That's behavioral analysis. So all the activity that you engage in with your phone or in the internet is added to your profile to define the things you like, and in order to compare your behavior with behavior of people who, for instance, have the same applications installed, and probably the goods that can be offered to both of you will be interested not only to that other person, but to you as well. Another popular thing, tracking activity through Wi-Fi. Our phone sends signals through Wi-Fi networks, and your phone discloses your geoposition in that way. If you don't use closed MAC addresses that you can use in your phone now, your geolocation can be tracked when you move around the city. And that's why, for instance, when passing by a certain shop in a city, you can get some commercial about it, some information about it, because your Wi-Fi module was on. Or, for instance, using the same technology, you can define that you can see that two people are sitting together in one and the same cafe, because algorithms can be activated and they can even detect that these two people are dating, for instance. Then people around you can be used for that. I already mentioned the situation when your profile is completed not only by your actions, but by your friends as well, because you get tagged in your friends' photos, people post information about the places you visited, and if, for instance, you send clothes you like to your friend, I do that as a girl a lot, and, for instance, if you liked or looked at an item that your friend saw, this item can be advertised to you as well. And that data can be sent to advertising organizations as well. So let's go back to our three friends. We know that they have more or less the same tastes in music. And if, for instance, a wonderful concert is held in their city, and if you are interested, if you like this kind of music and this singer, probably you or one of your friends will get this kind of commercial, and that person got interested. Probably the algorithms will know that it can be shown to you as well.
Слишком долго смотрела на эту самую рекламу, и алгоритмы также засчитали это за интерес. Плюс, когда мы начинаем обращать внимание уже после разговора о чем-то, мы чаще обращаем внимание на какую-то рекламу, даже если она попадалась раньше, и мы про это не думали. Собственно, механизм, который помогает определить то, что два человека имеют похожие интересы, называется lookalike, который, собственно, на чем сейчас маркетологи как раз делают все деньги. Также, как я уже упоминала, подруги, скорее всего, не выключили Wi-Fi и Bluetooth, и алгоритмы смогли понять то, что эти два человека находятся вместе, и, скорее всего, они находятся в какой-то социальной связи благодаря общему портрету. И, собственно, все вот эти огромные агрегированные данные помогают рекламным компаниям знать о вас намного больше, чем просто разговор, не знаю, возле умной колонки. Что же делать? Собственно, на всех телефонах есть разные настройки конфиденциальности. В iOS это несколько настроек. Это, во-первых, конфиденциальность и отслеживание, где вы можете запретить отслеживать вас. Дальше, собственно, самое, наверное, базовое – это запрещать приложениям, если вы не понимаете, зачем ему геопозиция, зачем ему, не знаю, доступ к фото, запрещать это по максимуму. Сейчас, например, в iOS стало не так давно, последний, наверное, год, популярна функция отключения слежение от сторонних библиотек, потому что многие приложения для того, чтобы анализировать вас как пользователя, встраивают различные рекламные SDK, и теперь использование таких компонент можно отключать. Насколько я знаю, в Android сейчас можно сделать то же самое. Дальше это настройки конфиденциальности вы можете, что на самом деле на iOS, что на Android, отключить персонализированную рекламу. Это не значит на самом деле, что данные о вас не будут агрегироваться для больших данных, но, по крайней мере, вам не будет попадаться персонализированная реклама и лишний раз вас нервировать. Собственно, на Android примерно такие же настройки. В любом случае, это все можно поискать в интернете, как ограничить конфиденциальность. Достаточно все легко ищется. Я, как пользователь iOS, мне немножко проще рассуждать про яблочную инфраструктуру, но на Android это также возможно. Что делать дальше, если на самом деле сейчас практически все современные браузеры и свежие версии позволяют защищать вас автоматически, блокируя отслеживающие куки. Если у вас таких настроек, как показано на слайде, в браузере нет, возможно, вы используете старую версию. Но большинство браузеров как минимум помогают нам защищаться на текущий момент от отслеживающих кук. Но на самом деле это не защищает от сборов
And probably you should update this.
более популярных, чем отслеживающие куки.
It's more useful than the tracking devices. So what is more important what is else important to do? We can track our location.
Для этого, что в Android, что в iOS, есть возможность...
In order to do so, we have this on Apple and Android.
На Android это называется случайный MAC-адрес. Тем самым телефон...
We can use random address on Mac OS, and the phone generates this new ID that is sent to the device, and as a result, the companies that aggregate those data will not be able to pinpoint specifically your portrait that you moved from point A to point B. Probably I was just a little bit faster. But obviously, ad companies are tracking us, and we think that it's all bad and all our data are leaked. But if we want to use the internet and all the benefits of the civilization, the best case scenario is to follow the confidentiality hygiene. And obviously, you have to enjoy the life and stop worrying about data being leaked. That's the best case scenario.
Что она пораньше немножко закончила, но, может быть, не так хотела, но я так хотел.
Olga said that she ended a little bit earlier, but obviously we are moving according to the schedule because we have time and we want to use this time. And now let's give Olga a round of applause. And here we have an independent woman expert, because it's a very important topic. Maybe we can have a small Q&A session. Do we have people who hate those lookalikes? And this poor Anne, who was a victim of lookalike algorithm. So who does not like that you are being tracked? So please, we have the security. Please escort these people outside. So even though, yes, maybe you do not like this, but I've been here on the stage for about 20-25 years, but so it happened. And I do understand that I so do not care about my data being leaked. And I really like when I have about 20-25 minutes for those guilty pleasure, I go to the I go to a certain website which is now not available here in Russia. And I go through all those different elements. I go through different websites. And usually this is what happens, especially when you have nothing to do late at night. Somebody played video games, somebody watched movies, and this is what I did. And in a few years, this algorithm was very robust. I go there and I do what I want. I have my English, I have my German, I have books about Sapolsky, books about psychology by Sapolsky, books by Yuval Noah Harari, and everybody talks about this, and I listen to this, and I really like that this is tracked, and this is what I do, this is what I look for. So basically what I'm saying is that I have my lookalike and they give me what I want to listen to. So do you care? Does it bother you? Actually, it bothered me before, but algorithms get better. And actually, I now see relevant ads. The key point is that it's relevant. It's not something, it's not a spam. It's actually what I really need or really want to do. So in this case, yes, it is. I am being manipulated, but it's kind of positive manipulation, so to say. In this ocean, just like Socrates was going around his Socrates yards and Socrates market, maybe it was Plato, I don't really care, I don't really know, somebody from the great Greek dudes. And he said that there were so many things that I don't really need. And the pleasure of missing something out, it's not FOMO, it's not fear of missing out, it's pleasure of missing out. And this is what I need, because I would actually drown in the things I need. Because when you professionally work with information, you have to go through all this red tape of information, so much unnecessary info. And even if I have to leak, so to say, my information, I will see what I actually need. So suppose I go to PhD days in 2025, the biggest cybersecurity festival. Why should I care about other companies knowing about this? And another point, so suppose I have a wife, and would she learn about me being somewhere, maybe through ads? So suppose if you look at someone's ads, you'll be able to learn that somebody cheated on you because of the contextual ads they are being presented with. So if something changed in their behavior, this can be seen in ads. So maybe it's a little bit sci-fi-ish, but I think it is also possible, and it all depends on the quality of the algorithm. And, for example, lemon color is popular this summer, and since it's popular, people choose it over and over again. One more question. One of the most relevant things which you really understood from this topic, maybe you realize that you like this lookalike algorithm. Maybe it proposes, maybe it gives you an ad when you are looking for a job. So actually, that's a very good, relevant question. And I'm so tired, especially during the last few years. I'm so tired of algorithms that I started reading books, physical paper books. This is what we said during the panel discussion about reverse engineering. Read books. This old school paper book. Obviously, I listen to book because I don't have time to read. But if you listen, algorithms know what kind of books they can recommend you. Okay, so even the person, if somebody who knows everything about ads, about aggregate data, about profiling, so digital profiling, basically, even if everything you know, you can get tired and you can go back to the origin, so to say, and change your modus operandi, and you'll be reading physical paper books instead of going into the digital world. And once again, give it up for Olga Sverydova.